Hi, everyone. Welcome. 3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Today's topic is really about growth, vitality, and transformation. And when you think about why do we want to grow? Why do we want to have vitality and live with vitality in our life? And why do we want transformation? I thought I'd share my own personal reasons why and invite you to do the same. Once you hear a few ideas, you may want to just hit pause if you're not driving and jot down some of your own whys. So for me, it is about sparking happiness. It is about living in a high frequency, high energy, living with energy. Is one of my main reasons why. Who doesn't want to feel joy? Who doesn't want to radiate positivity? I think we're wired from, if we all think back to the primitive years, we wake up, we're wired for fight, flight, or freeze. And, the whole mentality of the survival brain. And so by design, part of what I seek to try to, accomplish, and maybe not even accomplish, but what I'm seeking to experience, let's say, is living in a state where my emotions aren't hijacking and taking the best of me, that I'm living in a beautiful state, that I feel my heart is centered, I feel love, I enjoy life, and I enjoy the journey, and I am really rooted and grounded. There's times I can remember once being at the beach, I had little kids, and my sister-in-law is like, Kerry, don't be so uptight, and it was like I was making things like such pressure. And even in my personal life on vacation. So the goal, and again, trying to attain this pursuit of living with vitality, living with, mindfulness and really groundedness is something that I seek to strive for each and every day. And it's my why for the growth, vitality, and transformation. Again, you can stop here and write down some of your whys. I think ultimately what I'm hearing a lot right now is the balance and really connecting and anchoring your soul to the real you. And it's such a discipline. It's like the muscles that we use in our physical fitness. We build a plan, we work out, we do it with intention. It's the same intention that has to happen with our well-being, with our mindset, with our bodies, with our, really like not letting the emotions get the best of us. And so a few things on growth. The growth is really the process of developing and maturing both physically, mentally, spiritually. And again, you can keep a journal, you can do what works best for you, but most important is recognizing your thought patterns. And if they're not serving you, changing them or disrupting them. That's number one. Really just being kind to yourself and really thinking about how would you speak to a friend? How would you treat others? Because those voices in our head need to be more friendly and less critical. And sometimes, there's always a place, sometimes people will say like my voice is like, I'm nervous, or, I feel pressure when I'm going to have to present for work, for example. Well, sometimes it's a good thing because it'll help you prepare. But once you've done the preparation, you need to let that voice go. So I'm not saying that you're going to shut them out always. It's just making sure that you are utilizing the inner voice to serve the greater good and the outcome. Outcomes are so important. You have to have goals. You have to have goals in order to achieve results and have a plan of attack and action. So making decisions, making sure that you realize, yes, it is pushing up your sleeves and doing the hard work, but you can choose not to suffer. You can choose to live in the state of, I am planning, I am focused, I am executing. And so set your standards, be outstanding, but recognize that growth really is a process and you have to work towards it, and hard work pays off. The things that I think that we've achieved in our life were things that we changed from shoulds to musts. And so that's one other piece of advice that I've always tried to remind myself. When I hit the wall and I'm at a place where it's a must, it's usually when I make a change. And metrics matter. Setting some metrics, monitoring your progress, recognizing where you didn't succeed and going back and modifying it and adjusting. We're not seeking perfection. I was walking yesterday with a friend, running, walking, whatever you want to call it. Wasn't fast, but it was a nice outdoor day. And we were talking about a situation that could potentially have a negative outcome. And I said, I'm going to choose to look at it from the lens of there's a way to rotate. And you know what? If one team is not happy with the next and the next, then each team's going to get a turn to lead. And so sometimes it's getting out of the box of coming up with more than one right answer and recognizing that we all have the same human needs. So seeing other people, having empathy is also part of your growth and really knowing what those ingredients are. So those are some of the differences when it comes to growth. When we look at vitality and that state of being strong and active and having energy and living with like a renewed vitality and really just enjoying life, it is taking care of your physical self, making sure you're hydrating, making sure you're taking moments in between back-to-back calls to breathe, to look around, to notice the beauty in the world, to laugh, and to connect with others. And so really making sure you're finding peace each and every day. And be aware when it comes to the vitality, like how much of it are we making more than it is? Or are we really framing messages so that we recognize this isn't just about me? Because once we get out of our own head and we think about serving others or gratitude, it's really a lot easier. Knowing that part of vitality is assuming positive intent and being trusting and making sure that you're present. So reflect on those positive memories in your life when things were at their best and remember who you were being and what is important for you to create experiences. You know, they always talk about the white rocking chair theory that like if you're 80 years old and you're sitting in a white rocker and you're looking out and you reflect back on your life, it's those moments and experiences that are going to really be what you recall. And so create those by design. It drives that sense of vitality. And again, being present, meditating, breathing, even if it's just while water is running, that you think about the gift of the water that's present in your home. Simple little things can be the technique that make all the difference. And then the last topic was transformation. And transformation is really kind of a change in our form, whether it's appearance, it's landscape, but ultimately it requires strategic thinking and knowing it's a continuous and ongoing process that you have to be consistent. You don't always get there alone. So making sure that you use others and celebrate some of your imperfection, you know, your joys, your happiness, all of that can come from really collaborating. So be impeccable with your word, honor your agreements. If you say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. If you're not going to be able to deliver, make sure you let others know. Practice, learn, and be patient with yourself. Ultimately, transformation is a process. You can practice some forgiveness, but really make sure that each and every day you are able to witness your own growth, your own vitality. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.